A bold announcement from Mayor Darrell Steinberg today to help solve the city's homeless crisis.
When you say a shelter is temporary, it isn't. It makes it permanent.
Today, Mayor Steinberg announced the city's temporary shelter will stay open through the summer, but that's not all. Good evening, I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Christina Janes. The mayor also wants to install 3 pop-up tents around the city to house the homeless. New tonight, CBS 13's Drew Balea is live at City Hall to explain. Drew?
Well, the plans have generated a bit of controversy, but the city says that this triage shelter on Railroad Drive has been a success over the last 6 months, and that this is proof that a facility like it could work in other places around the city. And that's the plan.
Hot meals, mental and physical health services, and housing opportunities are made available at the Railroad Drive Triage Shelter.
Homelessness does not have to be hopelessness.
Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg announcing today he'd like to see 2 more just like it.
3 shelters, 200 beds apiece.
The mayor's office is scouting potential vacant lots in the city where sprung structures or pop-up tents similar to what's used in San Diego and San Francisco could be used to house homeless.
We want to be a part of the solution, not part of the problem here.
Other council members are on board with the plan. The startup money coming from a $1.3 million donation from Sutter Health.
Every neighborhood sees the impacts of homelessness.
Thanks to another $1 million Sutter Health donation, Steinberg says the railroad shelter will stay open until at least September.
We will continue to refuse to accept anything but imperfect but real progress.
Over the last 6 months, more than 309 people have been enrolled at the shelter, with 79 of them being placed in a housing situation.
I think that a lot of the biggest fears that people had did not come true. I think that a lot of the greatest hopes that people had also didn't come true.
Larry Glover-Mead is the Woodlake Neighborhood Association president. He says they've embraced the shelter but have experienced some struggles with an increased transient population.
Business owners were faced with people saying, how do I get into the shelter? How do I get into the shelter?
And he warns that any proposed temporary shelter may remain for a while.
The city doesn't have a firm plan to close the shelter. I think they're hoping for a lot of money to come into play.
Now, the plans for additional shelters throughout the city are in the early discussion phases. No due diligence has been done on locations that could work for this. As for funding, the mayor says he's still going to go after some private funding to help get these projects off the ground. It's all part of his plan to get 2,000 people off the streets and into permanent housing over the next 3 years.
Drew Balea in downtown Sacramento for us. Drew, thank you.